We are back, and we're talking all things mother-baby today. So right now I'm going to welcome Kristi Lamarque. Kristi is an RN with our Women's and Children's Services on our new Family Center. Welcome, Kristi.
Hi, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad you're here. We just had a fantastic conversation with Emily. We focused a lot on breastfeeding, breastfeeding mothers, or just really feeding your baby in general, and what we do to support that and support the new family. So, and we talked about all things new family, and we're going to continue to talk about that. But tell our viewers something about yourself. What do we need to know about Kristi?
So, like you introduced me, I'm Kristi Lamarque. I've worked at St. Tammany Health Systems for 9 years now. I have a master's degree in nursing, and I'm also over perinatal bereavement. So I'm the coordinator for that also.
Okay, all right. That is an important part of your job.
It is.
And it's very special. I have we've experienced some things with that department, and you're very good at that. And people need that. So
absolutely.
So expectant mothers, they come to the new Family Center, and we want to encourage expectant mothers to take advantage of all of the things we have prenatal for you to learn and understand before you give birth. So one of the things we offer is a tour of the new Family Center.
Yes, we're starting back our tours.
Okay,
we hadn't had our tours since COVID, so this is back at it, and we're so excited to do tours again.
Yeah, so why do you think that's important for parents and moms and dads and the whole family, if if you have any other extended family that would want to come, to do a tour of the new Family Center?
So it just gives a unique opportunity for our families to be able to come in and see basically behind the scenes before your big day.
Yeah, because when you are expecting a baby, there are so many unknowns.
Right, exactly.
And there's a lot of unknowns that you just can't know until the baby's there. But this is not one of them. So what is the purpose other than, just kind of seeing for yourself? What do they do on the tour?
So we give that behind the scenes look. You get to see our labor rooms, get to see kind of where the C-sections happen. You get to tour our OB/ED, that's new now.
Yes.
Our obstetrics emergency department. Then we look at postpartum rooms also. And the great thing about doing a tour is you get to ask all the questions beforehand. So whatever lingering questions you have about what can happen, what happens before I have my baby, what happens after I have my baby, what about feeding, and how do I take care of my baby? We can talk about all of those things before you ever show up for the big day.
Okay, that's amazing. So who am I going to meet if I'm going on the tour? Who am I going to meet?
So I'm one of the tour people that take people around, but also all of our highly trained staff. Anyone that's there that day, you can meet some of our labor nurses, our postpartum nurses, and sometimes our OB hospitalists are around, and you can just see who those providers are.
Okay, so I can recall, it's been many years, but I recall we kind of talked about this before. When I was expecting my first baby, I did all the things. I did the tour, I did the birthing classes, I did all those things. And we offer all of those things for moms today, moms and dads today.
Yes, absolutely.
So we encourage new moms to take advantage of that. So what are some things you would recommend to new families to sort of ask and inquire about before they come or while they're on the tour?
So we always say prep happens before you ever show up for us.
Right.
I tell parents, make sure you talk to your doctor about what you want your labor and delivery process to look like.
Okay.
I also look at families and say, who's going to be your support person while you're in labor? Talk about that beforehand.
Yeah.
Come and take one of our free classes. You can find out more about all of our classes on St. Tammany's website.
All right.
You can also take a Lamaze class, which that is one of our paid classes, but find out information about that. Come and take the tour so you can see behind the scenes, and then make sure you pack your bags, bring all the stuff, be ready, and then just know exactly how to get to us. Come up to the 3rd floor, show up at our desk, and we will check you in as quickly as possible.
Okay, so why is it important to have a supports person?
Because we find that families, especially new expectant moms, just really want that person by their side, encouraging them, supporting them, just being that help person when your nurse isn't actively in the room. And we are there with you throughout most of your time while you're in labor. But there's occasions that we have to step out of the room. And so having that extra support person is just really viable.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little wingman.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
A process, right?
Yeah, it is a process for
Can be
sure.
long for some, shorter for others.
Very short for some. Yeah.
Now, we talked about the birthing plan. I know I felt this way. I can remember thinking, okay, when someone said, oh, what's your birthing plan? I'm like, birthing plan? Isn't that your job?
Right.
You know, doctor or nurse. But a birthing plan for an expectant mom is very important because why is that important? Like, what are some factors that you should consider?
There's just so many factors. Some of our families decide that they want to use no medications during their birthing process, and that is totally great for us, and we love that. And some people say, I want everything. I want every pain medicine you have. I don't want any of that. So let us know what you're thinking. And sometimes we also say that we have a plan, and we come in with a plan, and then the plan goes in a different direction, and that's fine too.
Yeah.
But knowing what you have wanted beforehand and educate yourself on all of the things, then it helps our process to be easier. And if you come in with no plan, we'll still make everything great for you.
That's right. It's a personal experience.
Absolutely.
It's extremely personal. You spend lots of time with the new mom and the dad and, you know, whoever is the extended family. You spend lots of time with that group of people.
Yes.
New Family Center. So it is important to make your birthing plan. So pretend like I'm a new mom. What can expectant mothers expect right when they walk through the door? So you already said you're going to check you in right away.
Right, we're going to check you in right away. So if you're here and you're needing to get seen in our OB/ED, we'll go into that process and you'll get checked in, and then once we place you, you'll lay in that bed, and then of course put your baby on the monitor. We want to see what baby's doing.
Sure.
And get that OB hospitalist in the room as fast as possible. If you're coming in for a scheduled induction or say a C-section, we'll go back to one of our labor rooms and then put baby on the monitor and probably start our IV and do things like that, and then talk you through like, what is your birth plan? What's going on today? What do you expect for the day, and how is it going to look? Who is going to be your support person in the room? And we'll talk through, and sometimes everyone's already in the room with you, and sometimes you know, you ask everyone to hang back. So we want to know what your plans are for the day. So that's usually how our day begins.
And if you're in active labor, you're just in active labor.
You're just in active labor, and we're just going to have a baby.
That's right. You're going in.
Happy birthday.
You're going in. So just some tips. What can you tell new moms for their first visit, just like the practical things? Like, what do you see moms like wanting and needing and wishing they had brought?
So I always say, you know, sometimes it's nice to have some snacks, depending on who your doctor is, depends on what you get to eat during labor and that things.
Right.
But the support people always like to have extra snacks, and bring things of comfort. Like if you want your own pillow from your house and your own blanket, absolutely bring those. And then if you want to have like a special outfit for yourself to wear after you have your baby, bring that. Whatever makes you most comfortable, we want you to bring those things so that we are an extension of your house once you leave, so that you're feeling those creature comforts of home at our facility.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in your experience, what is your favorite thing about what you do?
I just love you know, being with families and going through the process with them. And you know, whether my my role, I take on many different hats for St. Tammany, and no matter what, I just love the connection. I love knowing who you are. I want to know your support system. I want to know everything about your baby and your family. And that's why I've become very close friends with many people that I've delivered through the years and had such deep connections, because I just want to know all about your family and what your desires are. So.
Let's talk about the other part of your job. You help grieving families.
I do.
So tell us a little bit about that. What happens when a family loses a baby? What happens, and where do you come in?
So I'm basically there from the beginning. I come in and I look at myself as your navigator. I help you navigate those very rough waters, and what does that look like, and what does that mean for a family? And we talk through all of the things, and we give every desire of what we can. So whether it's footprints and handprints and taking photos, and helping you navigate what the next steps after leaving us, and getting you social supports and getting you counseling supports, and making sure that you're taken care of from the beginning of your process, from the very first moment that you walk in our doors till the end. And then we follow up with you. I'm in constant contact with you, just making sure that you're okay through those very trying times after losing.
That's an amazing support that we have.
Yeah.
So we take care of moms A to Z, soup to nuts.
Absolutely.
All the way through.
All the way through.
All the way through.
You know, we are here for the very highest of highs, of the happy birthdays, and we're also here in the arena of if things don't go as planned.
Right.
We can take care of you. And St. Tammany offers us such a unique place where they allow for someone like me to be and really care for these families.
Yeah.
It's so unique.
Yeah, very unique. So tell us one more time, so how do you schedule a tour and kind of when are the tours happening? I know it's a kind of a specific date, right?
Yes, so we do tours the first and third Saturday of the month
Okay.
at 9 a.m. on the New Family Center. You don't need to schedule, just show up and come on in. We like for people to pre-register, not for the tour, but just pre-register with the hospital, and that's on St. Tammany's Health Systems website.
Okay.
And if anybody ever has questions or concerns, you can always call our unit at 985-898-4436.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to add?
Just, we would love for you to come and visit us.
Yeah.
Come visit, come see what we have to offer. We offer such unique things for our families that it designates us as a very different hospital. We have highly trained staff that love to love on mamas. and we love on those daddies too, but we love to love on those mamas and their new babies. So come visit us.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
And this information was really helpful and fantastic. So, all right. Well, thank you all for joining us on Healthy Living, and we will see you next time.